Hello again from Costa Rica. My name is Matt Rosensteel. Once again, I'm broadcasting live from my humble home office here in Guanacaste, just outside of Playa Junquillal. My goal is to give quick, informative bits of information so that I've got videos to use as references when I'm working with clients. I'm an agent with Coldwell Banker Tamarindo Realty, and I've lived in Costa Rica since 2008. Originally came here as a Peace Corps volunteer, and today, the quick question I'm going to be answering, another one that comes in often, you might say it's a frequently asked question, is car insurance and inspections, how do they work, and how much are they going to cost me if I plan to move to Costa Rica? Uh, Again, I apologize if we're interrupted during the video. There's always the chickens, goats, and ducks that might make a lot of noise, the dogs as well. Anyhow, let's get started and talk about the first question. Here's my email address, matt@cbtamarindo.com. And first, we'll dive right in with car insurance. In Costa Rica, there is a nationally mandated and run program called Marchamo through the INS, or the INS, Instituto Nacional de Seguros. Again, everything I say is subject to review and criticism, or people might have different ideas, but or corrections. INS is a national entity, and you are legally obligated to have one of their insurance policies to be on the road. Marchamo is totally determined the amount that you pay every year is determined 100% based on the make and model of your vehicle. And we've actually found it to be one of the more reasonable costs associated with living here compared to vehicle insurance in the US. For example, let me pull up my notes here. In 2017, we were able to insure our very old 1990 Nissan Pathfinder for just $161 for the year. And last year, our somewhat newer Prado, a 2005, was $262. I don't say that to, I don't know why I'm sharing exactly what my cars are, really just to try and give concrete examples of what you can expect. Newer cars are going to go up from there. Our newest is a 2005. If you have a 2020 brand new Toyota Hilux, your Marchamo can be several times more than that $275 that I cited. My advice, and this is comes with a big grain of salt, that in Costa Rica, cars can always be a huge issue. Really, most people like to work with somewhat older cars just because car prices in general are about double what you would expect them to be in the United States, for example. So getting that brand new car is very expensive down here, and getting something older can be an easy way to save some money. And many times an older car is also going to have more replacement parts, more mechanics, etc., nearby that actually know how to work with your car. If you get something with lots of computers, etc., you're going to have to take it to a dealership. And in lots of the towns, like these quiet rural Costa Rican areas, you won't find those kinds of highly skilled mechanics that can help you. Going on, the other element to owning a car in Costa Rica that is nationally mandated and controlled is the inspection sticker that you have to get every single year, that is called RTV, or RITEVE, which is basically Spanish for technical revision, technical vehicle revision or inspection, where every year you essentially have to send your car. If it is a brand new car, you are able to go once every 2 years, I believe, or you don't have to go every single year. It's 2 or 3 years. With older cars, it might even be 5 years with new vehicles. But with any older vehicles, you have to get RTV every single year. And the process involves dropping your car off at a place, facility, may not be very close to where you're living, but There are lots of people who are professionals that will take your car to the RTV facility to get it checked. The inspection is pretty thorough, whereas in the US or other places you might just have an inspection of the emissions. Here, they also are looking at your headlights, the electronics on the car, even some things like headrests and seats I've heard have come up during inspections. Obviously, your tires have to be in good shape, brakes, et cetera, et cetera. So while the RTV process and the appointment is not itself expensive, really you don't pay that much for the appointment, and you can find people to take it there for not much money. What can be expensive is that your car has to be in good enough shape every year to take it there. Like I said, if you've got a really new vehicle that's in great shape, you likely don't have to do much work to your car in order for it to pass. It's not that rigorous, but if you're like me and you own an older vehicle, usually it will involve a good amount of maintenance to make sure that the brakes are up to date. Everything is sort of the alignment, fluids, etc. Even those blinkers, the small things are all in order so that you're going to pass RTV, get your sticker, and be good until the next year. The system is a little bit interesting in that the way they, with RTV, the date on which you're obligated to get your sticker, or the deadline, is determined by the last number of your license plate number. So for example, our old car ends in a 4, and so every year by April 30th, in fact, we have to have our RTV sticker on the car, or it expires from the previous year because we've got that 4 at the end of the license plate. And I believe for the rest of the months it's exactly the same, May for 5, June, etc. And those are really two of the only legal components that you need to think of when you're buying a car. Even as a foreigner, you can own your vehicle. The title of it can be in your name with only your passport. You don't have to be a full-time resident to own a car in your name. And it's another thing that lots of people often will pass their car to the ownership of their corporation, which if you've been researching Costa Rica, you probably know that the corporation is a very popular way to own property in general. But in general, once you've purchased your car, every year you need to be just thinking of these two components, keeping up your marchamo, or the car insurance, and reteve, or the inspection sticker, because when you are stopped by traffic officers here in the country, these two things, marchamo and reteve, are primarily what they're checking, in addition to the fact that you have a valid driver's license. Getting onto that subject, just to not abandon the theme so quickly, your driver's license. If you aren't fortunate enough to have a Costa Rican driver's license, then your US, Canadian, or European driver's license is valid as long as you can also show that you've entered the country within the period of a tourist visa. That sounds very complicated and it's a long-winded explanation, but basically, if you've recently arrived in the country and you have a driver's license from a foreign country, you're fine to get through those traffic stops and to legally drive here. All the cars you'll be renting will have both marchamo and reteve, and you'll be able to show police officers that you're legally able to drive by simply presenting a passport copy of the main page, and then also the stamp of entry showing that you recently came into Costa Rica. That stamp of entry is also your visa. The visa shows that you're legally here and that your driver's license is valid as well. So if you're planning on visiting Costa Rica, buying a car, or renting, those are several quick considerations to keep in mind. Again, my name is Matt Rosensteel. You can contact me at matt@cbtamarindo.com. I've also started uploading these to YouTube so that I've got videos permanently available for reference to send to different people I'm working with. Please feel free to reach out to us. My wife and I run Latitude 10 Costa Rica Rentals and Real Estate. We're happy to answer any question, and we are passionate about helping people visit and move to this beautiful place. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great afternoon, and hope to see you soon in Costa Rica.